The voice restored when the truth changes everything. Welcome back to The Voice Restored, the place where we confront uncomfortable truths, reclaim the parts of ourselves that pain tried to silence, and find the courage to move forward with wisdom. Today, I want to talk about something that can completely change the direction of your life. What happens when the truth changes everything? What happens when you wake up one morning believing you understand your life? And by the end of that day, something you discover makes you question everything you thought you knew. Maybe it's your relationship. Maybe it's your marriage. Maybe it's a friendship. Maybe it's your family. Maybe it's someone you've trusted for years. And suddenly, information comes to you that changes the entire picture. That's a difficult kind of pain because sometimes you're not only grieving what happened, you're grieving what you thought was happening. You're replaying conversations, revisiting memories, remembering situations that didn't make sense at the time. And suddenly you're saying, oh, now I understand. Things you dismiss start looking different. Moments you explained away begin connecting, and questions you once silenced start demanding answers. But here's something I need you to understand: you are allowed to change your decision when new information changes your understanding. Let me say that again. You are allowed to change your decision when new information changes your understanding. You made yesterday's decisions with yesterday's information. Today, you know something different. That doesn't make you inconsistent. It doesn't make you weak. And it doesn't mean everything you believed before was foolish. It simply means you didn't know what you know now. Sometimes we blame ourselves after discovering the truth. We say, how didn't I see this? How could I have believed them? Why did I stay? Why didn't I listen to myself? But be careful. Trusting someone isn't the same thing as being stupid. Loving someone isn't the same thing as lacking discernment. And believing someone who deliberately presented you with a false reality doesn't mean there was something wrong with your intelligence. Sometimes you didn't miss the truth. The truth was intentionally hidden from you. And when truth finally arrives, don't immediately run from it simply because accepting it hurts. Sit with it, examine it, ask questions, separate facts from emotions. Because pain can make you want to react immediately. But wisdom says, before I decide what happens next, I need to understand what happened before. And here's where it becomes difficult. Sometimes the truth doesn't automatically stop you from loving someone. You can discover something devastating about a person and still love them. You can be disappointed and still miss them. You can be angry and still remember the beautiful moments. You can know that something was terribly wrong and still struggle with the thought of walking away. That's human. Your heart doesn't erase attachment simply because your mind received new information. But listen carefully. Love should never require you to deny reality. You don't have to rewrite the truth to preserve the relationship. And you don't have to rewrite every beautiful memory just because something painful has been revealed. Both things can exist. There may have been genuine moments, and there may also have been deception. There may have been love, and there may also have been betrayal. Your responsibility now isn't to force those contradictions into something comfortable. Your responsibility is to ask, knowing what I know today, what decision best protects the person I am becoming tomorrow? Not what will keep everybody happy. Not what will prevent me from being alone. Not what decision will hurt the least today. But what decision can I live with when the emotions settle? And sometimes you won't know immediately. That's okay. You don't owe anyone an instant decision about something that took them months or even years to create. Take your time, watch behavior, ask questions, establish boundaries, protect yourself, and allow truth to finish speaking before you decide what you're going to do with it. Because truth isn't always sent to destroy something. Sometimes truth arrives to free you from making decisions based on an illusion. Maybe the truth will lead to reconciliation. Maybe it will lead to separation. Maybe it will lead to boundaries. Maybe it will simply lead to a version of you who finally sees things clearly. But whatever happens next, don't be afraid to adjust your direction because you've received new information. Changing your mind after learning the truth isn't weakness. Sometimes it's wisdom finally being given all the facts. This is the voice restored. And if the truth has recently changed everything in your life, remember this: you don't have to know your next 10 steps today. Take the first one, protect your peace, honor what you now know, and never force yourself back into an illusion simply because the truth is painful. Because sometimes the truth that breaks your heart is the very truth that eventually sets your voice free. Until next time, keep healing, keep growing, and above all, keep restoring your voice.